Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Chessington's brand new ride, the Croc Drop, and I'm going to be giving my review on it. So if you don't know what the ride looks like, here are some clips that I got of it on opening day. So the ride is an SBF Visa drop tower. It is flat ride and is located, obviously like I said, at Chessington. And meaning a drop tower, it goes up to drop back down. And I think the thing that really makes this ride unique is that as it goes up, it actually spins, which I think is really cool and gives off an amazing view of the park. So you can find the Croc Drop in the Forbidden Kingdom area of the park, which is where Ramesses Revenge used to be, and obviously they removed that ride to put the Croc Drop in. So the ride of course opened on the 12th of April when theme parks here in the UK opened back up, and of course I had to get there for opening day to ride the Croc Drop. And I must say I loved the ride an awful lot, as it was my first drop tower. I thought it was actually really good. So just like everyone else, we headed straight to the Croc Drop when we arrived on park, and it was a 90-minute queue, so we got in that queue, but it just really wasn't moving, so we headed for fast passes, and there was no one in the fast pass queue, which we thought was great. But by the time we got to the front, the ride actually had to stop operating due to the weather conditions being too cold, so they stopped the ride operating and we went on another ride, and by the time we came back about half an hour later, it was back up and running, and we got straight on the ride. However, they had to do the ride capacity from 16 to 8, as that was the only way that they would be able to have the ride operating. So as my first drop tower, I honestly thought Croc Drop was great, as I haven't braved Detonator at Thorpe Park yet, but after being on the Croc Drop, I think I definitely need to give it a go. So the theming around the ride is actually really cool, and I thought it was amazing. The way you fall into the crocodile's mouth, I think, is really kind of scary, but there's a nice little photo opportunity, and when you're on the ride, there's also smoke effects and light effects, which I think is really effective and adds to the ride experience. And also what's really cool is that they have got roaming actors for the area, and now at Chessington you don't really have roaming actors around the park. You might get them around Halloween, but it's nice to have roaming actors in the Croc Drop area that do interact with you. They've got drums, there's a Sphinx cat. I think it's just really effective to the area and the ride. And the soundtrack is of course amazing. It is the first thing that actually drew me in. I was like, oh, it's kind of like, do I want to brave the drop or not? And of course, guys, we braved the drop. But I think the soundtrack was really well produced. Nick Hudson did that, so that was amazing. And I really enjoyed the soundtrack to listen to whilst you're in the queue line and you're on the ride. And of course, they didn't just put the ride in that area and not theme the rest of it. They changed the chicken takeaway shops, I think, to chicken and drop, or drop and chicken, I'm pretty sure, which is really nice to see that they themed the whole area. They didn't just plonk a ride there. And like I said, we went on opening day, so I reckon it was probably a lot busier, the ride, than it might usually be now. And obviously, unfortunately, the ride did have to stop a couple of times. Like they said, they didn't know how long the ride queues might be. They didn't know how long they might have to stop the rides for, which is of course expected when a new ride opens at a park. And I didn't actually expect the ride and the theming to be as good as it was. I was just kind of expecting a drop tower, and that being it. I think the soundtrack was effective. The theming was really effective. Like I said, the smoke and lights, they really add to the experience of the ride, and it was a lot better than I actually thought it would be. So the ride stands at about 25.6 metres, which is about, I reckon, 84 foot is what I saw on the internet, which I think is a really decent height for a kids theme park. It is a great drop tower to start your kids on if they've never been on one before. It is the perfect height really, and I'm pretty sure the height restriction for it is 1.3 or 1.2 with an adult. But overall, I'd say this ride was actually really good and a great addition to the park. I think they made good choices with everything around it, the theming, the height, the soundtrack, the effects. I just think everything was really good. And of course, as you exit, you walk through the Croc Drop shop, which has a lot of merchandise like t-shirts, medals, hats and pin badges. And of course, whilst I was there, I had to pick up the Croc Drop pin badge to add to the lanyard, guys. And I'm pretty sure the Croc Drop pin priced at about £4. You can get this in the main shop in the centre, but you can also get this in the Croc Drop shop. But thank you for making it to the end if you made it to the end of this video, and for tuning into the rest of my videos. My Chessington opening day vlog actually hit 1.2k views, which is my most viewed video on the channel, and it does give me an idea of what people like to see. But I will be going back to Chessington very soon and making a video on what's coming to the Chessington Park this year, and also, fingers crossed, be visiting lots of other parks as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you enjoy theme park videos and also animal care, which I do a little bit on this channel of. But like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down. It helps me know what people like to see. And if you've been on the Croc drop, comment, let me know what you think of it. If not, definitely give it a ride. It is worth it. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.